Hi everyone, it's me Darlene, outside in my car with windows open. It's nice and cool, there's a little bit of a breeze, and I'd rather hear the traffic noise and have that little bit of fresh air than to put the AC on. I don't know what the temperature is, let's look. 68, that's warm for me. There's no sunshine and it doesn't feel like it's humid, so it's very comfortable right now. So yes, I have Rocket Dog. Come on baby, come and see. Everybody asks about you all the time, and 99.9% of the people who watch my videos say more Rocket. Only one sad soul said, too much dog content, Darlene. Nobody agreed with that. So this is Rocket, this is Joe's baby, now my baby too, my stepdog, and he's a min pin. Joe's had him for something like 11 years. He was a rescue, and we love him. We love him so much, and I kiss him shamelessly. Love him. Okay, so I got some things to fill you in on. First of all, let's talk about why I'm suddenly in a good mood. It's because I accomplished a task that I hated, that I even had to accomplish. I don't know, 4 days ago, 5 days ago, I was walking with Rocket, and right here at the apartment, and I stopped in to see Derek. And then I went to the bathroom, Skylar's bathroom, and I heard something. It almost sounded like the top of the toilet tank like broke. I mean, it was just like that kind of a sound, like ceramic breaking or something. And I peed. And then I got up and forgot about that sound for a split second, and I went to flush, and then I said, oh yeah, I need to open the tank. So I turn around and I see something in the toilet, and I was like, what the hell is that? And it was my fucking phone with pee and toilet paper. So, yes, I reached in and I grabbed my phone, but it had been in there for, you know, maybe 30 seconds. I don't know. Seemed to work. I was happy. I said, oh, I got away with this. And but then it didn't. And when I finally was able, and no, I didn't do the fucking rice trick. I didn't do it. I know about it. I did not want to waste rice on a phone that is broken in several places on the glass, because I never got a case for it and dropped it a couple times. Anyway, I thought, okay, this is my chance to get a new phone. I'm being forced. So I started looking online at Walmart.com, because that's what I shop, and I wanted to see which ones were in the store, and the one that I wanted, which is the same as the one I have, was available in stock. And so I ran to the store. They don't have it, so I need something, and I was like, okay, maybe this one that was similar, don't have it. So I went back home, and sure enough, it says in stock. So I thought, maybe they mean it's out back, way out back. And it was also available for pickup. So I said, I'm going to order it to pick up, and then I'll still be able to get help from the store people while I'm there. And so I ordered it, and the next day it came in and said out of stock. So I was like, fuck. So then I thought, well, I'm going to try ordering online to have it delivered. Maybe there's some stock that way. And, oh no, but first I went back to Walmart. I went to the South Haven Walmart too. Joe called 3 Walmarts for me, and a couple of them said, oh, South Haven was in stock. But when I got there, no stock. So even though Joe called and he said, one said, no, we don't have that one anymore, and 2 others said, yes, it's in stock, and I said, but they're probably just looking at what I'm looking at. It was just, I stress out over things like this. I stress out so much. So I went back to Walmart, and I told them, look, you guys have a lot of things saying things are in stock, and they're not. And I was very honest with them. I said, I ordered online now. But I was afraid that wouldn't be in stock either, because I've had orders canceled. So I said, I need a phone now, and are you guys going to have a problem if I just buy a phone that you have in stock? So I have a phone to use until I get something from Walmart. And I told them I'm waiting for one. All of a sudden it's humid. I said I'm waiting for one, but I don't know if that will be in stock either. And if I can't get the one I want, which was only $50, this one that I ended up buying was $100. I said, but if I can't get something that I want and I like this $100 phone, I will keep this phone, but if mine comes in, I will be returning it. And they said, yes, sure. And I said, absolutely sure. And she says, I'm going to go talk to management. And then she came back, she says, yes, do it. So I said, okay, because I feel weird doing that. But I also didn't like the fact that I had to make so many trips, and even to South Haven, you know, it says in stock. One said 10 in stock. I even talked to Straight Talk and said, where else can I get a phone other than Walmart, a Straight Talk phone? Kroger, Dollar General, but it's a little cheapy $20 thing that, you know, probably though would be handy for just emergencies or something. But anyway, I don't know. And a couple of other places, and Kroger is one of the places. And I checked and I looked around and I couldn't get a phone. So my phone arrived yesterday afternoon, and I didn't want to look because I need to rest. Once I see it's here, I have to recover from the idea that I have to actually open it. Is it the right one? Will I be able to set it up? I know I can go to Walmart. So I just did it today. And it was a hassle. It was a hassle, but I have the new phone, my $50 phone, set up so that I can at least get calls and texts. And then I will figure out the rest of everything I have to do. And I just returned the $100 phone with no issues at all. So I'm breathing easy right now. Okay? And I brought Rocket because everybody wanted to see Rocket. Come here, baby. Come and see everybody again. And Mommy loves to hold you. Mama loves to hold you. And I'll tell you guys a little Rocket story. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about Joe. So Rocket, when he goes to therapy with Skylar, when I take Skylar to therapy, and he normally comes for the ride, and he didn't the last ride. I told you guys that one time he rolled around like a mad dog on the grass, and of course I know sometimes dogs like to roll around if there's the scent of another dog, if there's dog shit they feel like playing in, if other animals are there. And I did think about the geese. There are geese there, and I thought maybe some goose poop is on the grass, and he really liked that and he rolled around. But I also mentioned that there was two patches of there was two places that he would roll around, and there was different kinds of leaves or something. The grass, it wasn't grass, it was some leafy kind of shit. But everybody told me it could even be death. Something could have died there and he rolled around. But I walk Rocket all the time, right? We go for nice walks, and you walk everywhere, and you walk where dogs pee and poop, and you walk where maybe something died before, and never once has Rocket rolled around in the grass like that. And I hope I can record one time. So he'll just be walking along at therapy, and then I see him sniff, and then he just throws himself on his back and wiggles and rolls, and then gets up and he's all covered. And then he turns again and he rolls and throws himself on his back and he rolls. It's the cutest fucking thing. Yeah. And so, the last time I had him there, I grabbed a handful of that stuff so that my my viewers could do the research for me and tell me what that was. And to me, it made him act like a cat would act toward catnip. I know it had a very fresh, strong smell. I felt like rolling in it. But it was not any kind of mint. My grandmother used to grow. Oh, you see, he sees puppies. You're going to hear his voice. This is his voice. No bark, no bark, Daddy said. No, Daddy said no bark. What does Daddy say? What does Daddy say? No bark. Mummy doesn't say no bark too much, huh? Daddy says no bark. Okay, we're down to a woof. Just a little woof. We're good. We're good with that, right? Oh, jeez. So, what was I saying? It wasn't mint that I know of, and it didn't smell like mint. So I will try one time to get him to roll around. Oh yeah, so there's just 2 patches. We walk and he can, I see some, but he doesn't throw himself on the ground and roll around until we get to that patch that is just like a blanket of that stuff. And then we walk some more and then he goes to another spot and he rolls around. So it's that he's smelling. Not goose poop. Not dead ducks. Oh God, let's not talk about ducks. All right, so Joe, let's get to Joe. And again, these are comments that I will be deleting left and right. Any comment that gives me advice about Joe and his diabetes, not putting it out there. Because Joe is a type 1 brittle, keyword brittle, very hard to keep him stable no matter what he does, no matter what. And he's been a diabetic on insulin for 52 years. And he checks, he does everything he's supposed to do, but what he does mainly is he just goes by how he feels. He knows what's going on. So I haven't been telling you that I have had several episodes now of his blood sugar going really low. The first one was while he was still living in Arkansas. And the first time I was absolutely petrified, but I did not call an ambulance right away. I did the stuff to do that he told me, if you ever find me where I'm like not able to wake up or I'm completely lost and saying crazy things or whatever, feed me sugar. If I am not responding at all, call an ambulance. And I said, okay. So he was responding. And what he does when he gets like that is he picks something to say and he'll say it twice. That first time, he just kept saying, I'm all right, I'm all right. And the fact that he was saying he was all right was comforting me a little bit, but I now know that just was what came to his mind. And he'll repeat that. And then when he starts changing what he says is when I know he's starting to come out of it and we're good. And it's always stuff that makes no sense and fucking cracks me up. And I can't even tell you the first time he did that. What he said, I can't tell you, but I was like, okay, you're coming out of it. So, and we laugh about it after, and I laugh about it now, and some people don't like me to laugh, and it's funny, it's fucking funny. So now, the second time it happened, again, I was a little bit scared. The first time, I didn't even know what to do about sticking his finger and all that. So now, the second time, I was able to do it, and then I give him his sugar, and in orange juice, and he always has juice, and I add sugar to it, and he can't even suck on the straw. So what I do is I suck on the straw to bring the juice up, and then I take that straw and put it in his mouth, and he can swallow it. So no, I'm not going to choke him, and that's the way we've been doing it. And he said, that's perfect. He says, I never would have even thought to tell you to just fill the straw and then give it to me that way. In addition to that, Joe has been in the hospital too, again, that I haven't told you about, because I just didn't want to bring it up at the time, and now it's passed a little bit. I don't know, was it last weekend, weekend before? I don't know, but he spent an overnight. He went in with his blood sugar sky high. They could not get it down, and this is at the ER and his favorite hospital in Memphis. And so they had to keep him until his sugar could come down, and so I was able to pick him up the next day. And then we've had a couple more episodes of his sugar being too low, and I'm very comfortable with the low sugar because, you know, each time it's been, I don't know, it's always worked. I help him and it works. So this last time, and it seems to be when he is waking up. So it's like he's asleep and I don't get signs. He has had low sugar before where we've had to leave the bar or whatever because he's just, I can tell, he's going down and out. He's starting to talk like he's drunk, and he, you know, doesn't have energy, and then he can start to say silly things. So this time we wake up and his alarm is ringing, and he's not hitting snooze or turning it off, and I'm like, Joe, you all right? And I touch him, and he was just damp, but like one time he was soaking wet. I mean, he'll sweat all over. I was like, what? That was the first time I was like, what is going on? So I checked him, and I said, Joe, and I turned off his alarm, and I said, Joe, and he's just, I could see that he's, what? And I'm like, Joe, what? I said, I'm gonna check your sugar. I said, give me your finger. I gotta stick your finger. And he goes, I done stuck it. I done stuck it. So he always says it twice, and this time he even repeated the word done, and he's from the South, so he says things like, I done stuck it. And I just thought it was the sweetest, cutest thing. And he'll look at me, and he looks so serious, and like he's trying to be so kind. I done stuck it. So it just cracked me up again, and so I kissed him all over his face. Then I stuck his finger, even though he done stuck it already, which he didn't, because he wouldn't have even been capable of opening the kit. And it took about 15 minutes, he started to come out of it and say other funny little things, but we didn't have to go through E3 means E4, and took about an hour total before he was lucid again, and this time it didn't wipe him out all day. He slept for about an hour or two, then we got up and went out and had a nice day, did all kinds of things. So yeah, but he did go to the hospital again, and do you know that I love this dog? I fucking love this dog so much. And tonight now, when he's working today, he has a job doing something with a church, and he's helping with that, and he called me and said that he will be home shortly, and he wants to take at least an hour nap before we go to Skylar's choir thing tonight. And I was like, you don't even have to go if you're tired, don't worry about it. But he says, oh no, I'll go, and it's early enough, so he'll take a nap and rest, and then we're going to see the choir tonight, and then we're going out Friday and Saturday night. I am, at least, unless he absolutely would be very out of it, and then in that case I would stay home with him. For the past 2 weekends I stayed home. It was a couple weekends ago that I went out on a Thursday night alone. He wasn't feeling well, but he was lucid and I wasn't worried. But then Friday night and Saturday night of that weekend, I did not dare to leave him because things were going up and down so fast and things were changing quickly. The next weekend, I only went out for an hour. That was a Friday night. He wanted to go to an AA meeting, and I said, you know, while you go there, I'll run over to see a couple of friends at Sidecar. It wasn't far, and then we just went back home. So I was only out for 1 hour, only danced one time. And then Saturday night, I didn't go out at all, and I think it's because he was, I think that might have been when he was in the hospital. I don't know. I can't remember. But we plan on going out Friday night to see Area 51 at Hadley's, and then Saturday night to see 6 Feet Thunder at Neil's. And I hope that he can go both those times because I love it so much when he's out with me. But I will go even if he can't, and as long as, you know, he feels comfortable enough to be alone. And then we text, and I can always leave if I have to. Right, Rocket? Right, Rocket boy? Here's my dog. This is my dog. This dog alone will guarantee that Joe and I don't break up. I can't lose this dog. Huh, baby? Huh, baby? Yeah. He loves his daddy so much. And when Joe is sick, Rocket stays right by him, and usually like by his chest or his head. He'll lay right next to him. He knows something's wrong. He won't go lay by his feet and stuff. He stays right with him. And when Joe was in the hospital, I went and laid on my bed that I normally lay in, that I used to lay in before Joe. And I thought, I'll go in my old bed. And I don't know, I didn't want to be alone in Joe's big bed. And I asked Rocket to come on the bed with me, and he did. And then a little later, I get up to go to the bathroom, and there's no Rocket. And I'm not kidding you. Rocket goes under the blankets. So when I make the bed, I always have the blankets folded back so he can get under during the day if he wants to go sleep in the middle of that bed under blankets. And I could not believe what I saw. I should have taken a picture to show Joe, but he was laying down with his head almost on Joe's pillow. He had gone under, turned around, and stuck his head out, so he was covered to his neck with blankets, and his head just flat on the bed, but right next to where Joe sleeps, right where Joe sleeps, and right next to Joe's pillows. And I knew he was missing his daddy, and he knows that's where he sleeps, and he must have liked the smell there of the bed where Daddy sleeps. And I asked him if he wanted to come with me. I'm like, you want to come with me? And he stayed. And then the next time I went to the bathroom, he got up, and then he slept with me the rest of the night. All right, you guys, I guess that's it. I feel like I just talked forever, and I did. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Sewing coming soon. I hope the next video. Bye.